sense of calmness before we jump again into another session of another skit by another group. So karibuni sana KMTC.
Our chief guest, our PS, our Mama County, Dr. Atwoli, and all protocols observed, feel most welcome. KMTC is going to present few seconds skit on today's Mental World Day, and led by one of our youngsters. Explain about it.
Our PS, County of Nairobi Women Rep, our CEO of Madari Hospital, and all protocol observed. In front of you is KMTC Madari campus with a skit about mental health is a universal human right. Thank you.
Sio laana, pepo mbaya, wala si wa kujitakia. Una tiba, sote tutashinda. Ugonjwa huu wa kiakili sio laana, pepo mbaya, wala si wa kujitakia. Una tiba, sote tutashinda. Walinde manesi wote pia, madaktari na washauri wote, uwape nguvu na baraka, kuzilinda haki za wagonjwa. Ugonjwa huu wa kiakili sio laana, pepo mbaya, wala si wa kujitakia. Una tiba, sote tutashinda. Ugonjwa huu wa kiakili sio laana, pepo mbaya, wala si wa kujitakia. Una tiba, sote tutashinda. Tushikane wote mikono, waziri wetu Mama Suzana, pia raisi wetu Ruto, kutetea haki za wagonjwa. Ugonjwa huu wa kiakili sio laana, pepo mbaya, wala si wa kujitakia. Una tiba, sote tutashinda. Ugonjwa huu wa kiakili sio laana, pepo mbaya, wala si wa kujitakia. Una tiba, sote tutashinda. Hospitali yetu ya Mathare tuimarishe, tuilinde na tujenge mfano bora, kuzilinda haki za
Habari yako social worker? Kwa majina naitwa Nas Judy. Mimi hapa niko na aliyekuwa mgonjwa wetu, lakini kwa sasa amepata nafuu na tulikuwa tunajaribu kuwasiliana na familia yake lakini tumeshindwa. So nilikuwa naomba kama unaweza tusaidia tuweze kumpatanisha na jamii yake.
Habari yako John? Nzuri sana. Kwa majina naitwa Alex. Mimi ni social worker, nafanya kazi katika hii hospitali. Na ningependa kukuweza kuelekeza nyumbani. Je, unaweza kuwa unakumbuka nyumbani ni wapi?
Ndio, nakumbuka nyumbani. Ukiweza niruhusu naweza wapeleka.
Kwa hivyo tukienda na wewe utaanza kukumbuka ni wapi? Haya, tutafanya iwezekanavyo ili uanze kwenda nyumbani. Ni sawa? Haya.
Mzuri sana, mzuri sana.
Baba Johnny, mbona si ni Johnny? Mbona mwendazimu tulipeleka madhara?
Atadua. Kia nyumbani. Sasa mbona wananikimbia? Simu nieleza niko sawa kwa sasa.
Usijali John, tutahakikisha kwamba umepatanishwa na jamii yako na tutawaelimisha ya kuwa kila mgonjwa ambaye ako na ugonjwa wa akili ako na haki kujumuika na familia yake. Sawa? Tutaenda kwa majirani tuwaulize, tujue kama tutapata kwa chifu aweze kutusaidia. Hodi huku.
Haya, John amekuja. Gai, yule alikuwa mgonjwa wazimu ni mgonjwa. Gai.
Habari zenu?
Mzuri.
Sisi ni wafanyikazi kutoka hospitali ya Mathare na mimi hapa naitwa Judy na niko na mwenzangu hapa anaitwa Brian, ni social worker, na tulikuwa tumekuja kwa hiki kijiji tuweze kupatanisha John na familia yake. So ako sawa, amepona kwa sasa, amepata nafuu na ako sawa. So nilikuwa naomba kama mnaweza tuelekeza mtupeleke kwa chifu.
Kwa chifu ni pale juu. Tunaweza enda?
Mnaweza tupeleka, tutashukuru.
Haya, twendeni. Bwana Chief, habari? Uko vyema? Tuko na wageni hapa tumekuletea, tuomba uwasaidie.
Asante. Habari zenu? Tutawasaidia aje leo?
Sisi ni wafanyikazi kutoka hospitali ya Mathare na tulikuwa tumekuja katika hiki kijiji tuweze kutafuta familia ya John ambaye amekuwa mgonjwa wetu kwa muda sasa. Tulikuwa tunaomba kama unaweza tusaidia kumpatanisha na jamii yake. Tutashukuru sana tukimpatanisha John na familia yake.
Familia yake imeweza kuwakimbia?
Ya, tumefika huko tukapata shida kidogo, ameweza kutukimbia pengine kwa sababu ya ile hali alikuwa nayo, lakini kwa sasa hako sawa.
Sawa, ningeomba mningojea hapa kwa ofisi niende niweze kuwasaidia kutafuta hiyo familia, alafu muweze kuwapatanisha.
Tutashukuru sana.
Sawa sawa?
Yeah.
Habari ya familia?
Mbaya sana Bwana Chief.
Kwa nini?
Mbaya.
Kwa nini?
Hata siamini. Mtoto wangu mwenye nilipeleka Mathare siku hizi wamekuwa incompetent kabisa. Huyo mtoto ni mimi nilimzaa. Amekuwa chizi. Anataka kutuua. Niko na watoto wengine Bwana Chief. Nitasurvive aje nikiwa nimekufa? Nani atalinda watoto wangu?
Sasa niko na wageni ofisini mwangu na ningeomba kama tunaweza ambatana.
Tuuliwe tena Bwana Chief. Yaani tukufe sasa. Nani ataangalia watoto wangu?
Hawawezi. Ofisi yangu.
Bwana Chief, hapana.
Kwa ofisi yangu kuna usalama wa kutosha na tukifika huko hamwezi pigwa. Na sasa hivi amepata nafuu na hawezi kuwadhuru. Sawa sawa? So naomba tuambatane alafu muweze kuelezewa.
Lakini nakwambia Bwana Chief, mimi nikikufa haki ya Mungu na laani watu.
Hamwezi. Tafadhali tuambatane. Njoo, kujeni. Kujeni. Karibuni sana.
Asante.
Yeah. So hawa ndio wale wageni, wageni ni familia yake John na ningeomba muongee na tafadhali.
Habari zenu? Habari zenu familia ya John?
Mama naliaka. Yaani unakaneka mtoto wako, damu yako tu ulioizaa ukaamka mara moja. Ukale mtoto wako. Jamani kule kwangu tunang'ang'ana mzee wangu kutafuta mtoto. Mama naliaka yawa. wangu John.
Habari zenu. Asante sana kwa kukuja. Sisi hapa ni wafanyikazi kutoka hospitali ya Mathare na tulikuwa tumekuja huku tuweze kuwaelimisha ya kwamba John hapa ni mtoto wenu kama wale watoto wengine, na ako na haki ya kupata matibabu kama wale wagonjwa wengine, na pia ako na haki ya kujumuika katika familia kama wale watoto wengine. Ningetaka kupea ule mfanyikazi mwenzangu aweze kuwaelimisha kiasi.
Habari yenu. Kwa majina naitwa Brian, mimi ni social worker, nafanya katika hospitali ya Mathare. Na hapa mnaviona tumekuja na John. John amekuwa mgonjwa wetu kwa muda mrefu, lakini baada ya kupata matibabu ameweza kupata nafuu. John mnavyomwona hapa ana haki ya kupata matibabu, ana haki pia ya kuelimishwa, ana haki pia ya kujieleza, pia ana haki pia kubalika katika familia na katika jamii. Kwa hivyo ningemuomba muweze kumkubali, na ugonjwa ambao alikuwa ukimdhuru wa kiakili ni kama ugonjwa ule mwingine, na pia unaweza mwathiri mtu yote yule. Ni sawa. Kwa hivyo naomba mkubali John. John, unakumbuka hawa?
Ndio, hawa ndio wazazi wangu.
Ingia.
Hamjambo. Je, mnafahamu ni haki ya kila mmoja kupata matibabu bora? Je, mnafahamu ni haki ya kila mmoja kuwa na jamii yake?
Ndio.
Mbona tuwatenge wenzetu? Mbona tuwaone wagonjwa wa akili kama wasiofaa kwa jamii? Tafadhali tuwatibu wagonjwa wetu na heshima. Tuwatibu wagonjwa wetu kwa moyo wa kujitolea, maana pia wao wana haki, na tuweze kuwakubali, tuwape nafasi wajieleze, na kila wakati wakifanya maamuzi tuyaheshimu maamuzi yao. Asante.
Thank you so much, KMTC team. Wana PS, I'm sure the chairman of our board will tell you that we have a very robust integration program here in Mathare Hospital, where we have lots of patients who are abandoned by their relatives for days and months. And our team of social workers and nurses, psychologists, and doctors travel long distances to reintegrate these persons to their families. Sometimes they are rejected, most of the times they are accepted, but we do our best to reintegrate them into the community. So that was not just a skit, it is actually a presentation of the reality on the ground. And now we move into a calming session as we invite Embakasi Central Yoga team led by Mr. Drugless. I don't know whether he's gonna hypnotize us, but he tells we're going to do some flexibility, lying down, and he urges that we maintain silence, all of us, as we get into a calm sense of spirit. Karibuni sana, Mr. Drugless.
Hello, how are you? You are good. Mama, thank you for inviting us. Honorable PS, thank you. I know all of you will enjoy this session, and remember this is something new, and we are testimony of it from Embakasi Central CBO Consortium. These are CBOs who came together for a common goal, and it has helped a lot on issue of mental health, drug and self-abuse, and as a testimony, some are from that. Amen. So be ready and we shall talk. I would like him to speak because the World International Day of Yoga, we became #1 in the entire Republic of Kenya. We need a clap. And it's from Embakasi Central. As I said before, these are from the testimony from different backgrounds on mental health and drug abuse. Are we together? It's very key. So he was #3, and I would like him to speak kindly. Thank you.
All protocols observed. Good afternoon. It's actually a privilege to perform in front of you. And before I go further, I'd like all of us to actually clap for Mathare Hospital for the good work. Before, I won't say much. As a yoga team, we like to be brief and on to the point. So, yoga. What is yoga? Yoga is a state of equanimity, the state of calmness, where your thoughts, your body, your emotions are all in sync. I think it was mid this year during the International Day of Yoga in Premier Club. There is something Madam Pasari said that actually resonates with our team until now. You say, we are all born with gifts given to us by the Most High, but they all get lost in the chaos of life. And what yoga does is actually it reconnects us back to this gift. You see, as a kid, watoto si ati wananga stress. Mtoto ataenda acheze, achafuke, ikifika saa ya kwenda home, akona stress. Anaona nikienda kwa nyumba, mzazi atanichapa. Lakini hiyo inafanyanga mtoto akose kutoka kucheza the following day. So, hii gift tulikuwa nayo tukiwa watoto, ya kutaka tu kusonga kila saa, tusikwame. Lakini mahali tukianza kuhustle, kwenda shule, sijui wapi, hiyo gift ina lost. So this is where yoga comes in. Trying to reconnect us back to this gift. The gift that actually gives us strength, despite how harsh, how tough, how difficult life is. That gift yenye inakufanya unaamka asubuhi unasema jana ilikuwa noma, lakini lazima leo pia nipambane. Even from the music itself, venye imechezwa, sijasikia hata mtu akiongea. It was so calm, so relaxing, so easy. Everyone was attentive. So that's the power of yoga. And as a team, the Embakasi Central CBO's Consortium Yoga team, we would really love to get support from the Ministry of Health, from Madam Pasaris, even from you as a community, you as a nation. You have a role to play. Because yoga is also still stigmatized. It's a cult. Nani ameona cult hapa leo? Nani ameona Shaka Hall? But after the performance, we all feel relaxed. So it's not a cult. It's actually a positive. So, hongera sana kwa Mathare Hospital kwa kutu invite na kutu host, and I hope the short performance we've shared has opened your eyes kidogo. Thank you so much, and I'm really grateful. Once again, tupigie Mathare Hospital makofi. Mzuri. Tuanze hapa. Iwake. Tuachilie ngapi? 3. Mambo ni mangapi? 3. Ya kwanza, ya pili, ya 3. Thank you so much.
So, God bless you. Mom, thank you so much. We are with you.
Thank you so much for that performance. I could see some people in the crowd wondering if they are going to be invited over, and they were a little bit scared. They might not be able to be as flexible as they were. But this is something maybe you can reach out to them and maybe try it. As our next group comes forward, they are called Wasani Sani Arts. They're going to present a skit. They will introduce themselves better than I'm doing. But this will be our second skit, and you're going to learn more about the theme of today. And let us, as they come forward, let's say this together. Our brains, our rights. Our brains, our rights. Because really our brain is what we are talking about here today, and the right that they have to remain healthy. Mental health is more than just the absence of disease. We have seen people speaking here and saying they have struggled with mental health issues, but they are living healthy. You can still live a healthy life, you can still be productive in society, even when you're healing from a mental illness. So, karibuni sana with your skit. In the interest of time, I hope you're ready.
Rafiki yangu. Sasa leo tungefaa kuenda for a certain interview. Na pia uko na haraka ya maisha.
Time is money.
Time is money. Uko na pesa?
Pesa gani? Hiyo ni wewe. Nataka nini? Unaisha na mimi? Tena tusizwani vile unakuja hivyo. Wenda.
Sasa ona. Mimi nilikuwa nawaambia hii interview tunafaa kuendea nani Sara.
Inafaa tuende
sasa.
Lakini ngojeni. Mimi muone vile Sara siku hizi yako.
Nakwambia nini
na unajua vile interview ngoja. Unajua vile interview sahihi. Hata Sara. Nini nimekuchelewesha sasa?
Uliko wapi?
Siku hizi na unachelewa na vile wewe siku hizi nilikuwa na mashughuli. Na vile ulikuwa unajua ku keep time. Nilikuwa na mashughuli mingi lakini pole twendeni. Nisema tuharakisheni twende. Nisameni pole twende. Twendeni sasa kusamea iliisha. Twendeni ndio tuende kwa nini interview. Tujue vile tunafanya. Sasa maisha ni ngumu. Twendeni.
Masaa ni machache.
Mambo ni matatu.
Yes.
Sara, hebu kuja kwanza niwe natafuta. Unatafuta nini? Sijafurahia rafiki yangu. Kwa nini? Sijafurahia na venye mambo inaendelea. Marafiki zako wanakaa chini wanakuongea. Mimi nimewapata wakiongea lakini mimi nitafanya nini? Sina waangalia tu juu hata nimechelewa sasa ningewaambia nini? Sara pia inakubalika mtu kuongeleleke na inamsumbua. Ama uone kitu kama hiyo. Simpe nafasi mimi kitu kinamsumbua. Wewe acha tu. Niko tu sawa. Ni hali tu ya maisha tu niko tu sawa. Maneno ikiongelelewa na mwenzako, hiyo mzigo inakutokea. Juu yenyewe Sara kuna tatizo ziko nazo siku hizi. Na wewe unajua wewe ni rafiki yangu. Mimi sitaki niende kusengenya tio, anisengenya. Tunaongea kama marafiki. Lakini acha nikwambie, unajua dunia sasa ukiambia mtu kitu, hiyo ndio anatembea naye. Na kwani nitembea nao shida iko wapi? Mimi bwana nimetoka kwa bega yangu. Aina tangazi pole tunagombana. Kwani akitembea nao shida iko wapi? Na kweli kuna shida. Mimi nikwambia shida yangu ile utangaze. Nitakuwa nimechoka mabega. Lakini maisha kwangu imekuwa ngumu. Naelewa hivyo ndio maisha. Unajua juzi hata tulienda interview. Hiyo siku sijui ulipata wakinisengenya. Tulienda sijui ni interview. Mimi sikuitwa. Imagine na venye maisha sasa imenilemea mimi hata watoto wangu bwanangu aliniachia watoto. Mimi ndio tegemeo kwetu. Kila mtu ananitegemea imagine. Sasa mimi nitafanya aje? Hapana, usijali. Unaona hata mimi hapa sikuitwa. Maisha pia imenitandika, lakini unajua tunapitia shida na mabanzi. Lakini sasa tunajua fadhali huko na ule mzee wako. Mimi mzee wangu si aliniacha na watoto. Imagine na sina kazi, landlord pia nilipea notice ya kuhama. Lakini hakuna mzigo mzito. Acha nikwambie kwa hii maisha. The fact that umeniambia kuna mzigo imekutoka. Na mimi kuna hii inaongelea yangu ya mental illness. Kuna ujirani yangu ni CHV. Hiyo. Anaiongeleleanga na mental illness. Unajua maneno ya mental health. Umesikia mental hii yenye nilisikia leo mbona mental nini hata wewe unaweza enda kuja uongee na yeye na
tusaidike. Rafiki yangu hata bali nimesoma hapa nasikia vibaya, unajua hata sijakula lunch.
Inakubalika. Unajua hii maisha. Shida ile uko nayo hata mimi nakaa chini na wewe tusaidiane. Ukitoa mzigo wako imekutoka. Mimi nikitaka nikutangaze, wewe kwani shida iko wapi?
Sasa hiyo
nani ana shida kwa
hiyo mental inafanywa wapi?
Kuna nikupeleke tu sahi.
Ndio, sina pesa sahi.
Ai, tutafuliza. Kwani Safaricom mleta fuliza
ni pesa ngapi?
Nitafuliza na kulipia.
Sasa rafiki yangu basi. Sasa uko unasaidia nini?
Wanasaidia mtu mwenye ako na mawazo, anxiety, depression.
Anxiety? Hiyo ni nini?
Lakini sisi umechizi. Mental health sikuchizi.
Mimi sijachizi.
Sawa. Sawa. Wewe ni rafiki yangu bana.
Si ndio?
Sasa tuende tuone daktari atakusaidia.
Usipate
na wasiwasi.
Wacha nisikudanganye Unaona hiyo kitu yenye umeniambia ati wewe sasa hiyo huwezi wacha madawa shida ya maisha ni mingi. Wacha nikwambie kitu moja. Hiyo yote ni uongo sababu mimi nakwambia hii vitu yote na interventions zile ziko sawa. Utajiweza kijana. Unanielewa?
Sasa
nisikie vizuri.
Ni mzuri wewe CHP. Hata mimi mtu anaingia hapo. Wewe CHP ni mzuri. Wewe usiogope.
Karibuni.
Bora muongea. Daktari. CHP. Ukubwa. Empara.
Very nice. Napenda huyo msichana wacha nikwambie one thing napendea huyo msichana. Anatembelea hii ofisi kila mara.
Nisifu nimekupa chance.
Yes. Anajua ni mikakati gani tuko nazo up to date. Sasa wacha nikuambie kitu moja kwanza. Sisi sasa kama CHPs tunaitwa CHPs. Sema CHP. CHP inamaanisha Community Health Promoters, ndio? Yes, hiyo ni mradi imeletwa mpya tu ni recent.
Yote 10.
Ndio.
Yote 9.
Sasa
nimeleta hapa dada yangu.
Huyo ni dada yako Umepata naongelesha huyu kijana. Huyu kijana tumekuwa tukiongea mambo yake, hata nyinyi mnajua pale kwa kijiji nasikia amekuwa kwa group fulani hapo kidogo amejaribu kusaidiana mambo ya kuacha drugs, lakini kwa leo tunataka tushikane moja kwa moja na yeye.
Lakini unajua maisha sasa hivi imekuwa ngumu. Inatandika kila kona. Sasa watu mayuti kwanza tunanyamazia maneno. Ati nikiambia huyu ataongea. Mimi sasa nakuja usaidie rafiki yangu. Kwa sababu rafiki yangu alikuwa ana furaha. Msafi.
Ndio.
Ni mchafu. Anacheka lakini siku hizi amejitenga na sisi.
Exactly. Unaona nipatie 5 tena. Unajua reason mbona nakupatia hiyo 5 ni sababu huyu kijana alikuwa ananieleza hapo awali before aanze kuingilia hata miadarati, alikuwa ameanza hizo symptoms za kujiwaza, kujitenga, anaanza kuignore personal hygiene, na sasa ndio unajua wenzake wamefanya vizuri sana kuweza kumrefer kwa ile group na hata kuweza kujiattach na mimi, sababu mimi niko na contacts mzuri na Mathare referral teaching and referral hospital. Unajua tunaweza shikana moja kwa moja tupeleke hata huyu kijana pale aweze kusaidiwa. Na mambo ya tukizungumzia hizi mambo za akili, tunaweza anza kuziongelea kwa nyumba, kwa kijiji na tuweze kupata tu suluhisho, sababu unaona kama msichana wangu hapo unasema anajiwaza sana, na hizi ni vitu labda tunaweza tuongea hapa kwa kijiji tupate suluhisho 1, 2, 3. Si ndio msichana wangu?
Hata nilikuwa naona tu afadhali nijiue.
No. Usijaribu.
Wacha mboga.
Umesema asijaribu, si ndio? Maanake huyu msichana sisi tumemjua kama mtu mkakamavu, si ndio? Ni mtu anajituma hapa kwa hiki kijiji yetu. Na wewe ni a very valued member wa community. Kwanza anza na kujua hiyo. Sawa? Sisi hapa kwa community tunaweza kaa tu hivi lakini jua tunakudhamini wewe.
Hizi shida zangu nani atanisaidia?
Umekuja hapa kwa sisi kama CHPs ni watu tuko attached na community in terms of health, si ndio? Lakini usisahau mimi navaa kofia mingi. Mimi ni mzee wa kijiji, mimi ni councillor, na mimi pia niko na connections zangu hapa ndogo. Naweza kaza kukupatia hata kama ni kazi hizi kidogo zenye wanapatia wasichana kwa hiyo.
Hata nimemwambia the fact that ameshare na mimi hiyo mzigo kidogo imefanya nini? Imetoka. Akienda ongea pia na wewe. Wewe utangazana. Itakuwa imetoka. Na unarudi sawa. Na tunaishi kwa community yenye iko na furaha na mental health.
Yes, exactly. Ndio maana tunasema the first step, anza na kuzungumza na watu. Ili hizi shida zenye uko nazo zisikuwe ni shida yako wewe peke yako. Unanielewa? Manake wale wangwana wanasema a problem half shared is a problem
hata baba Ojwang, si ndio?
Absolutely, si ndio?
Hata baba Ojwang alisema hivyo.
Ndio.
Hey! Baba Ojwang twende.
Mama Ojwang siendi.
Baba Ojwang tunaenda.
Mama Ojwang, nimesema siendi. Nyinyi wanawake mnakasheshe, mkishajazwa akili kwenye chama, waja hapa kuniambia eti tuende kliniki, eti niandamane na wewe nikapimwe damu. Hapana, wewe nenda ukapimwe.
Msikie, waogopa nini? Kama unajua umekuwa mwaminifu, mbona siende pamoja?
Mimi na mwanamke tuende kliniki, sahau.
Just listen to yourself. Na siku za Daisy haki Mama Ojwang tumekawia, sambamba Pangla is in town. Si tukavunja mifupa, najua bado meno iko. What has changed? I ask, what has changed? It is right time as couples we take this bold step and know our status.
Women are so weak. Why do you have to rely on men? Do you want to use me as a shock absorber? Do you want my shoulders to lean on? Surely, Mama Ojwang, it is simple. You have the interest, that is good. Take the test, know your status, and take the results like a man. Ama umekuwa na mpango wa kando.
Hebu sikia anavyoongea. Ni wewe wanitia wasiwasi. Umenipeleka densi mara ngapi? Na umelala nje mara ngapi? You only take with your staff parties just to save your face. Na zile zingine, nashuku sana unayepangwa kando. The other day, you had lipstick on your shirt. Nilipokuuliza, ati kalamu ya secretary ilianguka. Ati nilipojaribu kuiokota. Ati tell me that crap. Uongo mtupu. Hata shetani anajua. It's total.
Enough. Kwa hivyo uniamini, nina mpango wa kando. Si ndio? Ushawahi muona? What's her name?
Jerry.
Ana hisa.
Shapeless.
Mama Ojwang, usinifundishe uongo. Take the test na matokeo yako itaonyesha mwenendo wako.
Exactly. Hold it there. Just there. Even you take the test na matokeo yako itaonyesha tabia yako. Stop being rigid. Stop being overprotective. You know yourself if you have been faithful to me or not. Kwenda VCT ni rahisi kama wimbo. Tunatoka, tunaenda, tunapimwa, tunajua kama tuko nayo ama hatuna. You see, let's take the test and know our status. Come on, Baba Ojwang, twende.
I can see I married a genius. Sometimes I tend to think it's your sweetheart that made me marry you.
Wacha utani wewe.
To all Baba Ojwangs and Mama Ojwangs, it is clear, statistics are out. Most of the new infections occur within marriages. It is high time we reverse the trend and cleanse our unions. As couples, let us take the bold step and know our status. Hali yetu tukijua, tutajua ni ipi hatua tutachukua kuishi maisha ya kishua. Let us go for VCT and know our status. Wewe, wachana na mpango wa kando, uepuke ukimwi. Thank you. Good afternoon. This is Osanisa, the theater group from Kibra, and we've been working. Kuna watu wa Kibra hapa. Shangwe. We've been working closely with the office of the women rep, and we are here courtesy of the office of the women rep. Osanisa was initiated back in 2013, and we've been using art to empower the community on pertinent issues that affect them across everything. Thank you so much.
Mama chera mama, 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 mama chera mama,
mama chera mama, mama chera mama, mama chera mama, mama chera mama.
Nikununulie nini mama, kama zawadi ya shukrani? Nikununulie nini baba, kama zawadi ya shukrani? Kama ni nyumba haitoshi, kama ni gari mama haitoshi, na kama ni meli haitoshi mama, haitoshi. Kama ni nyumba haitoshi, kama ni gari mama haitoshi, na kama ni meli haitoshi mama, haitoshi.
This was really deserved, and it has contributed to our mental health, and we have even forgotten that it is past lunch time. Thank you so much. Let me again say, when I say healing minds, you respond touching lives. Healing minds, healing minds, restoring lives. Healing minds, restoring lives. Thank you. Professor, my chair, welcome. And you will, after your remarks, we'll invite our Mama County. Thereafter, there is Kayama Africa. They will welcome our chief guest. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Just before I speak, I don't know if everybody danced when the group was here dancing. At least I got to stand up. I'm going to request that everybody stands up just so that the blood moves a little bit. You've been sitting for too long. And they say sitting is the new smoking. So if you're not smoking but you're sitting a lot, it's like you're smoking. Thank you. You may be seated. So I want to start by thanking all of you for making time to join us today at this very auspicious occasion where we mark the World Mental Health Day. The theme this year is mental health is a universal human right. Mental health is it's a universal human right. And it is indivisible from you as a person. Mental health is part of who you are. You cannot divide it and say, I will take care of other things, but not my mental health. So you have to take care of your mental health. My challenge to us today is to treat your mental health the same way you treat your physical health. Treat your mind the same way you treat your body. When you're hungry, what do? You eat, isn't it? When you're tired, your body is tired, you rest, isn't it? You should do the same for your mind. And today I hope we will pick up a few tips about how to do this. One of the things that I say is, in order to protect your mind, you should eat a balanced diet, so that we have said. Somebody talked about movement. So we saw the yoga, that is part of movement, but also walking, just walking, swimming, physical exercise. Keep moving. These bodies were not made to sit still or to lie down all the time. They were made for movement. Sleep is another thing that I think many of us don't take very seriously, and it's an important component of your mental health. So if you don't sleep enough, you're denying yourself sleep, you're increasing your risk of mental health problems. But also, little sleep is a sign of potential mental illness. So sleep is a very good indicator that you can use to determine whether you're doing well or not. Importantly, you need to surround yourself with a supportive community. Right? So you've seen people doing things here in groups. My challenge to you is, do you have a group that you can do things together? Things that are not necessarily work-related, things that are social. And this group is a group of people who will identify when you're going into problems. And this is a group that will walk with you on the journey to recovery. So this is another challenge that we all have to have. I know the tendency today is for us to start splitting and become individual. Pesa ni kidogo, utaki kushare. Space ni kidogo, utaki kushare, isn't it? But it is absolutely necessary that you have a supportive community around you. Sheila said something here that I think I will reiterate. Treat yourself and other people around you with kindness. It sounds very simple, but everywhere I turn today, everywhere I look, I see a lot of unnecessary unkindness. I see us saying unnecessarily harsh words to each other. I see us insulting each other completely unnecessarily. And the person who's going to speak next is a representative of a community that does that a lot, the politicians. But the politicians don't come from Mars, isn't it? They come from among us. And we are those people. We are the ones who say those nasty things, and we are the ones who clap when they say those nasty things. I think from today, if we just start treating each other with kindness, we will have started a journey of mental wellness for this country. So I want to thank the government through the PS for taking mental health extremely seriously over the past few years. For the past 5 years, I think we have seen a lot of change in how we handle mental health in this country. One of the things they did as government is to establish Mathare National Teaching and Referral Hospital as a semi-autonomous government agency to be the lead apex mental health facility, not only in Kenya, but in East and Central Africa. And for that, we are absolutely grateful. Over the past few years, when we have had the board in place, we have done baby steps, if you like, of changes, which were completely and almost 100% focused on the welfare of the patients who come here. Our first 3 years, we said, there's nothing we will have achieved if patients are still being treated without dignity, if patients are still being given substandard medication, if patients are sleeping in places with broken windows, and so on. And we decided that for those first 3 years, we will not ask for anything for ourselves before the patients are comfortable. And today, I'm very happy to say that if you go into our wards after this event, go and see where the patients are sleeping. It is clean. They have clean linen. They get good food because we repaired the kitchen and ensure that everything coming out of there is stuff that we can eat ourselves. And that was part of the moves towards treating our patients with dignity. So Mathare today is not the same as Mathare 3 years ago. And anybody who was here before 3 years ago and comes here today will notice the difference. Our staff had a bad reputation. People would say, usiende Mathare, utafungiwa, utapigwa, utatusiwa, isn't it? That was the attitude then. Today, you are hearing testimony from Philip, that he comes here and is received like a VIP, and is treated like the dignified person that he is. And that is the Mathare that we decided that we want to become. So going forward, over the next 3 years, as our term as a board comes to an end, there will be new appointments soon, I expect. The task then becomes institutionalizing those changes, ensuring that we have sufficient resources in order to go to the next level. And with the support of the PS and the government, we now have space, and we have promises of resources coming our way to ensure that we improve this facility right here, but also build a state-of-the-art mental wellness center that will serve not only Kenya, but East and Central Africa as a whole. And the second thing that we intend to do over that next 3-year period is to start moving towards establishing regional mental health facilities that provide services of the same quality as will be provided at Mathare Hospital. And this will serve our counties and the people out away from Nairobi, so that you don't all have to come to Nairobi to receive the services that you need. As I conclude, I want to highlight a few things that came out of the task force report that has submitted the report in 2020, looked at the state of mental health in this country and made numerous recommendations, some of which have been implemented, I must say. But the following 5 things, I think if the current government does those things, it will distinguish itself as a leader in mental health, not only in Africa, but in the entire world. There are the following 5 things. The first thing, which we still think is absolutely necessary, is to declare mental illness a national emergency of epidemic proportions. Everybody says it, but we haven't made the declaration. I think it is time. And there are things that come after you make this declaration, because then you have to focus resources to deal with this epidemic. Suicide, substance use, depression, chronic mental illnesses are rampant within this country. And we need a focused mechanism to deal with them. Otherwise, we will continue giving it just lip service. The second thing is to complete the process of making this facility fully autonomous, like the other national teaching and referral hospitals. And I'm glad our conversations with the PS are that this is going to be concluded very soon. And so, I mean, we can clap for PS. Asante sana. We are very happy with the commitment that is displayed by the PS and the Ministry of Health to get this done. And the reason is that what we have done, we were able to do under the current circumstances with limited resources and limited ability to move around in a very complex world, through COVID, through the economic recession that we are facing and so on, but we have been able to achieve those things. With autonomy, we will be able to do more, and I know the PS is going to speak to that as well. The third thing, which I think we are now starting to fall behind, is the issue which was spoken of in the morning about suicide and symptoms of mental illness being criminalized in this country. This is a subject that is very close to my heart. I cannot for the life of me imagine taking the blood pressure of a person and saying your blood pressure is 140/90 and you're a criminal. Because your blood pressure is high, you are now a criminal. You should go before a judge who will sentence you to jail because you have high BP. Can you even imagine a situation like that? Or taking somebody's blood sugar and saying you have a blood sugar of 13, you are a criminal from today, and you jail this person because his blood sugar is 13. Why then do we say that if I think of killing myself, I become a criminal? If I try to kill myself, I become a criminal. What does a judge know about preventing suicide or treating people with suicidal ideation for you to take them before a judge and say, treat this person? And the only treatment available to the judge is fine, imprisonment, and they used to have strokes of the cane. That's not the treatment a person who is suicidal needs. So I think as a country, time has come for us to decriminalize suicide attempts, decriminalize even certain forms of substance use. We jail people who are mentally ill and they're taking substances to treat themselves. We take them to jail where that treatment is not available. I think it is time. There's a petition before Parliament, which I am aware because I submitted it, and I would like to challenge our woman member of the National Assembly to pick this up. And it is a very simple petition. And the petition is to go to the Penal Code and delete section 220, is it 226? That says, section 225, that says that if you attempt to kill yourself, you become a criminal. Just delete that one. Countries like Ghana have done it, Botswana has done it. Countries that have less resources than we do have done it. I do not see why we are lagging behind in making that simple step that will mean a lot to people who come here for help. And people who cannot come here because they think if I go and tell Professor Atwoli that I have suicidal ideas, he is going to send me to the police. Yeah? And you go to jail. Right? Very right. Yeah. So it is time. And it is a simple thing that Parliament can do without any additional resources. It's just somebody saying, we pass this motion to amend the Penal Code by deleting this section. Please, Madam Esther Passaris, I beg you, let us do that this year. We've been talking about this for too long. The fourth thing is that we were asked as Kenyans to create a commission that takes care of our mental health and happiness. Mental health and happiness. And the purpose of this commission would be to track both our mental health and happiness, and to provide a report regularly to the Ministry of Health, to the President, to Parliament, so that they know what is our state of mental health and happiness. And in knowing this, then you know what do we need to do in order to make it better. And if you're tracking it, it's easier for you to avail resources and do what is necessary. We haven't done that. I think we can do it. There are mechanisms that are available to us, that are legal instruments that are available to us. We can do that, and the president can do that. You know, his hands are not shackled. I think it is time for us to do that. In the interim, we had put in place a stopgap measure over the past few years of an office of the Presidential Advisor on Mental Health, which office was the precursor for this commission. Before we go through the legal mechanisms of setting up the commission, I again would advise that we fill that office, because it is now vacant, of the Presidential Advisor on Mental Health. It was vital, a connection between the community, the Ministry of Health, and the Office of the President in pushing the agenda of mental health forward. Finally, not to bore you too much with technical stuff, we said we should have a mechanism of tracking certain indicators in mental health. And I've heard our colleagues from AMREF speaking to the same. The first thing we needed to do is a national survey. We keep saying 1 in 4 people in this room, in their lifetime, will have a mental illness. We say this, isn't it? But those statistics are guesswork. It's absolute guesswork, based on things we are told by WHO. We haven't done a national survey. I can tell you, it is not 1 in 4. It is not 1 in 4. The small surveys that we have conducted, we went to hospitals around Nairobi and Eastern and looked at people who come to hospital for any reason. Half of them had depression. They were coming to hospital because I have stomachache, I have headache, I have some ache. When they were assessed, we found that they have depression. Depression is one of the 200 mental illnesses that you can be diagnosed with. So if I look into this room, it is not 1 in 4 who currently have a mental health challenge. It's way more than that. We already have a protocol to do a national survey on a PS. It is ready, your ministry has prepared it. They have ethical approval. They don't have money. They don't have money. They need 80 million shillings or thereabouts. I know we can spare 80 million shillings and do a survey and then put in place surveillance mechanisms to be tracking suicide, tracking substance use, tracking significant changes in our mental health. And if we do that, I can assure you, we will be doing better than the United States of America. We'll be doing better than Canada, we'll be doing better than most of the other countries that have way more resources than we do. And we deserve to do that, because we have the will and we have the ability to do this. With those many remarks, I want to thank you once again, and thank you, Bwana PS, for spending your entire day here with us, and Madam Woman Rep, and all of you members of the public who have joined us today, and our partners, to come and mark this extremely important day in the life of mental health workers. I finish by thanking the mental health workers in the room for standing in the gap, for being the frontline warriors, for protecting this society from the worst things that would have happened if you were not there doing the very, very important things we do. I salute you, I thank you, and thank you very much for listening to me. I want to take this opportunity now to invite our friend and very important partner, the person, you know, you call her women rep or something. She's a woman member of the National Assembly for Nairobi. That is the official title. Otherwise known as Mama County. Karibu Mheshimiwa, come and speak to us.
Good afternoon. Happy Mental Health Day. Oh, you have no energy. Come on, Happy Mental Health Day. Today is also Utamaduni Day, and the PS and I both would not be any other place. We decided this is just so important. So the protocols, PS Harry Kimtai, Principal Secretary, State Department of Medical Services, Professor Lukoya Atwoli, the chair of the Madari. Now I'm learning it's Madari, not Madare. We all just call it Madari. Teaching and Referral Hospital, the CEO, Dr. Julius Ogato, the partners that are here with us today, AMREF and all the others, including GAF. My team from the National Government Affirmative Action is also here, represented by the coordinator Charity and the chair Jared. The entire team, you see them in their pink. They are members of GAF, and together we partnered with all the partners, the Ministry of Health and AMREF, to have this celebration. Why are we celebrating? It's because every stride that we take in the right direction is worthy of celebration. Philip Ogola and Sheila, for sharing your stories, thank you so much. Clinton, for meeting your father and being able to stand here and tell him you love him. You know, that testimony that you shared here was so powerful. I think that we have a crisis in single motherhood in Kenya. And all those single mothers with their children, the children have fathers somewhere. And those fathers should be inspired to go out there and be responsible citizens and look for their children and provide for their children, because that is godly. Instead of wasting all that money in bars, eating nyama choma, pretending you're a really upbeat man, you're a deadbeat father. So get back on track and look after your children. I had a whole beautiful speech, and Lazarus, I have to say, sorry, I'm not going to read your speech because I'm not the chief guest. The chief guest is the PS. But I want to say that mental health has a lot of stigma, and a lot of people are ashamed to say that they suffer from mental health. I mean, I'm labeled so many things. Philip and I share dyslexia and ADHD. I mean, I was such a naughty student in school. I was made the prefect and the head girl and the monitor. Why? Because I just couldn't sit down. I mean, you can't put an ADHD child to sit down in class the whole day. Even for an hour, our buttocks behave like they've got pins. So we need to just like get up, and we need to talk all the time. We need to look around. I could never write. My handwriting, I mean, Philip, dyslexia, I mean, my handwriting is so bad that I can't even read it sometimes. You know, it's a work in progress. I keep telling God, please help me get a better handwriting. But we have other gifts. I'm also OCD, and these papers here, some of you are so indisciplined. You've eaten all these biscuits and you've thrown your papers on the floor, and you're all adults behaving like little children, and that really gets me going. So that's OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder. So pick up all these papers because they're driving me nuts. Real nuts. I might end up checking myself in because of all these things. You know, as we were walking, I saw a lady drop her bottle of water, and then we want the city to be clean, and you're dropping your empty bottle of water as we walk. Who do you expect to pick it up? We've got to be responsible citizens. I mean, what? So you elected Sakaja to go and pick up the bottles, and you just go throwing them on the roadside? I mean, this is really bad. We need to like change our habits if we want to have a better country. So depression. I've suffered depression. I was a patient of Dr. Okonji for ages. My kids have been to counselors to talk at different times. My son had anger management issues. My daughter couldn't process the fact that, you know, growing up brings a lot of challenges. Teenagehood brings a lot of challenges. And I'll tell you one thing, PS, it's so expensive. Counseling is so expensive. So we need to find a way, especially when we're dealing with mental health, to ensure that counseling is free. We passed the Psychologists and Counselors Act. We need counseling in our schools. We need counseling in our universities. And I have to commend Madari Teaching and Referral Hospital and the able CEO and the board and the chair and all the medics that are serving there, both students as well that are learning. Because I know you have a program of going to different universities, and you were in Machakos, and you're talking to students because they go through a lot of peer pressure. It's that age where their parents are struggling to pay them. The bursaries that we offer are not enough. They're about to drop out of school. Some have graduated and have no jobs. So we have a crisis, all right? And I think that crisis is so real. To burden them with fees to deal with that crisis, you know, is tough. So I really think that the CEO did not ask for much when he said, let outpatient at Madare Hospital be covered by NHIF. And I think that's not too much to ask, because here counseling is needed. And of course, we have 17 counties that don't have facilities for mental health. I think we need to look into that. We need to make sure that the counselors and the psychologists and the psychiatrists that are out there that have no jobs. We need to hire them so that we can provide that much needed service. Now, when I was thinking, Kenya has got a lot of terminal illnesses, cancer being one of them. We've got a lot of people suffering with cancer. And, this morning as I was reading my speech, which Lazarus put, he put it at the bottom that it's okay, to suffer mental health. It's okay. And it straight away took me to Knightsbridge. She was a cancer survivor. Now she's a cancer warrior, having fought that battle. In 2021, she was on America's Got Talent. She got the Golden Buzzer from Simon Cowell. And she died in 2022. So I'd like all of you, you've all got a piece of paper that was given to you. Bush, I think, bring it to the front here. And the DJ has the song. We are going to sing It's Okay. And the reason why we're going to sing It's Okay is because it's really okay to suffer from mental health. So in the loving memory of Knightsbridge, who really touched the entire world, she couldn't continue with the competition because her cancer came back and it was very aggressive. But she touched the whole world with this song that made her overcome the challenges that she had as a cancer survivor at that point. Now she's a cancer warrior. And she wrote this amazing song. And people say that when you have mental health issues, or illnesses, you've been bewitched or there's something wrong with you. I just want to talk to everybody that's out there that is suffering from any form of mental challenge, whether it's depression, anxiety, ADHD, whether it's suicidal thoughts, there's schizophrenia. There's so many illnesses out there. Even narcissism that's an untreatable psychotic illness. But all the people that are out there that are suffering from mental challenges, I want you to sing this song from the bottom of your hearts. We've got amazing voices. Let's sing this in memory of Knightsbridge, but also let's sing this to tell mental patients out there that it's okay to have mental challenges. And the country, the government is investing a lot to help you combat and deal with it, right? So it's okay. DJ, Q, Bush, where's my paper? Or you think I know the song by heart? Where is Bush? Is anyone coming here to help me sing this song? Huh? All right, let's put it on. Oh, Kayamba, right. Come on. Give me your good voices. It was a lady who sang it, but we'll follow the tune, okay? Come on, hey, let's stand up. Let's boogie on this one, okay? It's okay. Huh? Come, please. Yes, you have a good song, good voice? Oh, all right, come on. Anyone who thinks you have a mental illness, okay, fine, we're gonna deal with it, right? It's okay. All right, let's go.
I moved to California in the summertime. I changed my name thinking that it would change my mind. I thought that all my problems they would stay behind. I was a stick of dynamite and it just wasn't a matter of time. All day, all night, now I can't hide. Said I knew myself, but I guess I lied. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all lost, and it's alright. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all lost, and it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. I wrote 100 pages, but I burned them all. Yeah, I burned them all. alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright to be lost sometimes. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all lost, and it's alright. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all lost, and it's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Yeah. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all lost, and it's alright.
Thank you very, very much. And remember, we are all in it together. I like, it could be you, right? It could be you. It could be someone in your family. Remember, we were told that 1 in 4 will suffer from mental health. 1 in 4. So if you have a family of 4, it could be somebody just in your own household. So let's show some love from people who suffer from mental health, and let's be there to listen, right? Everything that we did for you in entertainment was an education. Let's embrace each other, and let's remember the challenges that life throws at us, right? We can only make life better if we choose to stick together. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Madam Pasaris. So for those who ask, how does a mentally ill patient look like? Is there a face? Is there a look? A mentally ill person can be a member of your National Assembly, can be a doctor, can be a digital humanitarian, can be an artist. Anyone can get mental illness. So there's no look, there's no way these people look, there's no Madare patient. Okay? We have human beings who suffer from mental illness, and we provide care for them, isn't it? I think that's a powerful message from today. I want to take this opportunity to ask Kahamba Africa, you know, these guys, one thing people don't know, a secret people don't know, so these guys played at my wedding 1 million years ago. And they still look the same. They have never changed. They still sing the same. I don't know what the secret is. Maybe they will tell us. Let's take a few minutes and just entertain before I invite the PS. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please give Daktari a big round of applause. Of course, he's our member. Only that he doesn't like this sing with us. Sana sana. Pigia makofi tena. Thank you so much. All protocols observed. Kujeni hapa. Mshatangazwa vizuri first mnakaa mkiona haya huko. What's wrong with you people? Kujeni at least muonekane. Okay. I know before Daktari came, tulikuwa tumuonewa sana, si ndio? We been seated for a while, and you know, our health pia sio mzuri sana. You need to stand a bit at least, and you know, get jigi kidogo so that physically and everything wise tunakuwa vizuri, si ndio? But at least Daktari came and he made sure we stood for a second, then we went back. Yoga was here, they only entertained themselves, so wakafanya yoga yao while we are tunafurahia tu, si ndio? Now it's time we all do something together before we invite our chief guest to come and give the keynote address. Can you just have the person seated, standing next to you, brother? If he's still seated, then it's the right place and the wrong time. Ngalia yeye bana, salamia yeye kidogo, shake his or her hand, salamia yeye, mwambie karibu sana Madare. Madare we love people. Si ndio? Yeah. Please do me one more favor. Ask him or her if he's a proud Kenyan. Hebu muulize kama anajivunia kuwa Mkenya. The way chairman wa Ngafa anaangalia hajivunia, si ndio? Ni kama anataka kuhepa, sawa. This goes to all the proud Kenyans. If you're a proud Kenyan, this goes to you. Lots of love from Kayamba, Africa. Wekelea tucheze pamoja. And of course to help us do this, our chief guest, karibu sana. Daktari, leta chief guest hapa pamoja na mama wakuja usaidie kucheza.
Tushangilie Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayo.
I can see Amre, there's no Kenya left Amre. Amre,
Kenya, taifa letu tukufu, Kenya tunayoipenda.
Let me have a entire patrol. Time to join the high table. The high table tunakuja kamili. The entire patrol and
Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Tukijiita wa Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Kenya, nchi yenye baraka. Kenya, makao yetu ni nchi ya usalama, kamwe hatutaiacha. Kenya, makao yetu ni nchi ya usalama, kamwe hatutaiacha. Kamwe hatutaiacha. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kupenda haki kwa watu wote. Anayependa Kenya ni yule mwenye kupenda haki kwa watu wote. Haki kwa watu wote. Ukipenda Kenya ujitenge na mambo yenye kuvunja amani. Ukipenda Kenya ujitenge na mambo yenye kuvunja amani. Hatutaki matata Kenya. Hatutaki matata weka mikono juu kwa hewa. Kenya. Wapi kelele ya Kenya? Now very simple. Very simple. For the first time. Tuko tayari? Are we ready? Are we ready? Tell me. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, nchi yenye upendo, hatutaiacha daima na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele na milele. Ni mama yangu tena ni baba yangu, hatutaiacha milele na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele na milele. Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele na milele. Hapa wote wananchi wa Kenya, tutumikia Kenya daima na milele. Sema Kenya kipenzi chetu, hatutaiacha milele na milele. Kenya hatutaiacha milele na milele. What do you say? Mimi ni mwana Kenya daima, na nikienda ng'ambo nitarudi. Mimi ni mwana Kenya daima, sitadanganywa kamwe na mabaya. Mimi ni mwana Kenya daima, wala sitapotoshwa na mabaya. Mimi ni mwana Kenya daima, na nitajenga Kenya nchi yangu. Mimi ni mwana Kenya daima. Wapi kelele ya Kenya daima? Thank you so much sir. Daktari. Asante.
Thank you very much. That was very energetic, wasn't it? Did we need it? I see we needed it. Thank you very much, Kayamba. Before I invite the chief guest to speak, I'll also recognize the presence of the principal of the Kenya Medical Training College, who is here. Oh my goodness, we should be sitting here. Or you prefer to sit with your people? Thank you very much for supporting us and for being with us during this important day. Thank you. Now I would like to invite the representative of the government here, the Principal Secretary for Medical Services, Harry Kimtai, who has come to Mathare today, has seen Mathare, and I believe he will leave Mathare a friend of Mathare, and we are inviting you to come on an official visit where we will host you without a crowd, just you and the team from the ministry to see what we are doing and what more we need to do. Karibu, zungumza na watu wako.
Professor, I think I agree with you that we needed that dance from Kayamba Africa. And I want to say that I wish I had known them early. I will have invited them also for my wedding. It's unfortunate that you will not have the opportunity. Let me start by recognizing the honorable member for Nairobi County, Mheshimiwa Esther Pasaris, very close friend of mine. We've met in various occasions, very charming, very entertaining. He never once let anybody down. He always wants to put us in front. And I want to tell you that yesterday, after a long time, I said, what's happening with Esther? She's not called me for a long time, and then I'm seeing her call. The first one went, I missed call because I was in a meeting, and then I said, I must return this call, and I did. The only thing she told me is, are you coming to Mathare? So I could not even say yes or no, because what's going on in Mathare? I knew I had an invitation from the CEO and my team was preparing this. And I told her, yes, I'm coming to Mathare. And the whole conversation went on till late evening when I was going back to my house after office. That was around saa moja zinaelekea saa mbili. And she again sent another reminder. And even sent a poster that use that poster. And said, no, change that one, now use this one. So that's how dedicated she is. And I didn't know that she's a very disciplined person. The morning again, he showed me another side of her. And I'm like, this is like my mother. She doesn't want to leave anything going wrong. So she's really displayed all that. Professor Atwoli, I know it's the first time you're meeting. We've just been talking, maybe doing correspondence. Good work you're doing at the hospital. And your directors are really happy, and I hope. I'm shocked that you told me that, I'm leaving, I don't know, next month, and some of your directors had mentioned to me, and I said, okay, I think I need a recommendation. And I'm going to do a recommendation. Well, I'll now leave that to my bosses, but I'll do my part to recommend that the good work that you've done here for the last 3 years needs to be continued. You just laid the foundation. And I'm very sad to see that a team that has laid the foundation is leaving. We want the continuity, and as a government, this is what we want. Our friends, partners who have come to support us in celebrating this very memorable day, which the whole world has dedicated to the celebration of people who have mental illness. Thank you so much, partners, for coming in, just showing love for those who suffer this disease. There are few. We assume there are few, but now we realize there are many. And Professor, I want to tell you that I'll make sure that I find resources to sponsor that survey so that we use statistics, we use data for the purpose of having the right policy decision in regard to the mental illness in our country. Listening to my brother Paul here, Philip, I never knew he had that problem. When I saw him the first time coming to greet the honorable member, well-shaven guy, clean, I said, wow, I wish I had the hair like him. and this guy is good. I said, yeah, I used to spearhead the digital during the COVID for the Ministry of Health. And I'm like, wow, this guy, where did he disappear to? When I joined the ministry, I didn't see him. But now I've known the challenges he's going through, and he has told us that it's not a challenge. It's only that we need to understand him and make use of him in a better way. So that's a critical part that we need to understand as a nation. That people who have mental challenges does not mean that they are not playing a role in supporting our economy. Being a digital person, and you can see this is the era of digital. So you had already focused on that. And you said it never went to that high school properly, university, and is beating 100 of us. Can you give a clap to Philip? And listening to Sheila, you know, if I was seated there, I'd say, there's nothing wrong with Sheila. Why is Sheila trying just to pretend? But Sheila has just taken us through what our youth are going through. In fact, I was almost telling Dr. Agato, the CEO here, that please let her continue with that story. Because that's a story that we want to hear. As policymakers, that's a story that we want to hear. I think we are not well informed sometimes to understand what the challenges the youth are going through. And it is important that we gather this youth, we listen to them so that they're able to tell us the challenges they are going through. For me as a policymaker, it's very difficult for me to prescribe a policy that will suit her, and until I get the time to listen to such people who have facing challenges. And you can see they're saying they sometimes wake up and say, we want to go and volunteer. And she did go to Lodwar to volunteer her service. Was that not nation building? That's what you call nation building, because they are able to volunteer. What they need is support. Are we able to provide that support? And we have the structures to support that. As a nation, do we have structures to support such people? So it is really important that we examine ourselves, again as a nation, and put this challenge, this mental disease, in the forefront. When there was an outbreak of AIDS, for example, it was declared as a national pandemic. And we fought AIDS. There are survivors of AIDS who are still playing a key role in our economy. They are leaders in their different capacities because there were structures that came in to support. When we had COVID-19 pandemic, similar thing was done and we defeated COVID. Now that we are facing this challenge of mental health, we need to build proper structures within the government to support all our youth, because that is our nation. The youth is the nation that we call Kenya. If we destroy them, if we allow this mental disease to destroy our youth, then we will not have a future of our country. It's high time that we now bring the youth to the fold so that we're able to understand. And I want to challenge the youth. Whenever you have a problem, we've said here that move closer. Let the public be your supporters. Anybody who is next to you be your support. Those who, the group that was taking us through, very informative. That problem shared is half solved. These things are happening within our communities. And I'm very happy to inform you, and you saw, and on the 20th, His Excellency, the President is going to launch the 100,000 community health promoters across the country. These community health promoters are now well equipped, well trained with health information. And I want to say it's not just going to be about malaria. It's not just going to be about HIV. It's not going to just be about hypertension. It's not just going to be diabetes. Yes, we have given them the right kits to diagnose hypertension, for example, which we know the challenges we're facing through in that. We've given them the kits to diagnose people with the diabetes, because that requires a gadget to examine. But we have also equipped them. We have equipped them with the knowledge to address mental challenges within the community, within the households itself. Because as they visit the households, they will be able to ask the wellness of that family. Wellness means everything else. If you woke up well, there was no pain. Did you sleep well? And it's always our African culture to greet each other and say, did you sleep well? That's the first thing that you do. Did you sleep well? If you did not have sleep, you'll always say, I lost my sleep. I had a lot of thoughts. I have this problem. Some of these mental illness emanate from challenges that we face in our life. So it is really important that we start helping each other within our community. And that's why we're taking back the health providers to the community. And I believe that is the bottom-up approach that this government is driving under the better agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we had agreed with Esther Pasaris that we don't read our speeches, but listening today and this being the celebration for the entire world, it's good also to listen to what the government of Kenya is going to say. And I want to say this, that I'm also delighted to join you today as we mark this year's World Mental Health Day 2023, whose theme is Mental Health is a Universal Human Right. I wish to affirm that Human rights is an obligation within our commitment to the Constitution of Kenya and various other international treaties which have been ratified also by our government. I would like to share that the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 1, therefore states, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. The Constitution of Kenya, in the Bill of Rights, stipulates that the rights to the highest attainable standards of healthcare should be provided under Article 43. And that is your right. You're supposed to claim it. And that's why I like the civil society saying that we want to hold it to account. Please continue holding the government to account. We are ready to account for it. And this includes the mental health, which is a key component of health as defined by the WHO, that states the state of physical, mental, and social well-being are not mere absence of affirmity. Furthermore, the United Nations Convention on Rights of Persons with Disabilities, as adopted in 2007, aims to promote, protect, and ensure the full and equal enjoyment of all human rights and fundamental freedoms by all persons with disabilities, and to promote respect for their inherent dignity and include people with long-term physical, psychosocial, intellectual, or cognitive disabilities. The International Convention on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, Article 12, recognizes the right of everyone to the enjoyment of the highest attainable standards of physical and mental health. Ladies and gentlemen, historically, across the world, people with mental conditions have experienced a wide range of human rights violations. This includes, 1, denial of the right to make decisions and legal capacity, because we assume that they are not in their right mind and therefore they are denied. These are things already that I'm happy that some of the members here have submitted petitions to the National Assembly. Torture, cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment, punishment, exploitation, violence, and abuse, exclusion from the community life, and discrimination, and they are discriminated against, lack of access to mental health care that they need or can only access care that violates their human rights. I think that was the first question that was posed. How do you handle these people who are having suicidal tendencies? Do you take them today, or we take them to the hospital? I think the message today, as we celebrate the World Mental Health Day, is that we should take them to the doctor. That is the right person to prescribe the treatment. So, and again, the situation is complicated because globally persons with the mental health conditions and psychosocial disabilities go through a lot of stigma and discrimination by the general public. The healthcare system itself is discriminative to them. And the policymakers also do not make the right decisions. I told you, as a policymaker, we also are not well informed. And this results in inadequate prioritization and investments in mental health. So you can see the overall picture of it, that there is lack of investment. And I think that has been demonstrated. We all know our country. And we all know one referral hospital for mental illness. It has taken too long. We need to change that narrative. And I think, I don't know whether it's the right statistics, Professor Trolley, but I'll state these statistics because we have them, we've captured them. That in Kenya, the mental illness is a significant cause of morbidity, with an estimated 25% of outpatients and up to 40% of the inpatients suffering from mental conditions. Now, this is just statistics that has been picked, but we are going to go scientific by doing the survey. So allow us to use these statistics for now, and until we conduct a survey that has been approved, and I'm happy that it has gone through all the protocols and ethical approvals for it to be carried out. And I want to assure you that the resources will be available for that exercise. So ladies and gentlemen, I acknowledge the efforts to implement the WHO Quality Rights Initiative in Kenya as part of the reorienting our mental health services by adopting a human rights-based approach. Having this in place will help the country move closer to the realization of the constitutional rights to the highest attainable standards of health. The Quality of Rights Mental Initiative will bring a paradigm shift to embrace human rights and fundamental freedom as a precondition of care and as a first step to address social justice and reduce stigma and discrimination towards people with mental health issues. The Quality Rights tool will provide knowledge on human rights and drives attitudes to change based on provisions of articles of the United Conventions on Rights of Persons with Disabilities, and further facilitate the enforcement of Mental Health Amendments Act. I urge all the stakeholders to partner with the Ministry of Health and county governments to accelerate the implementation of the Mental Health Amendment Act 2022, which have provisions on the rights of persons with a mental illness. This will be strategic and legal entity to ensure we fulfill the rights of persons with the mental conditions and prioritize mental illness as a universal human right. Ladies and gentlemen, failure to address the mental health related issues portends significant health and socio-economic implications in terms of social capital, healthcare needs and the lost productivity, and ultimately curtails the achievements of our goal as a country. In today's fast-paced world, highly competitive and dynamic living environment, there is increasing stressful and traumatic situations and social determinants adversely affecting population and their mental well-being. However, there is increasing evidence that the promotion of the mental well-being and prevention of mental illness is possible by using both the general and targeted evidence-based interventions, and that can improve the outcomes for the individuals across the spectrum of mental conditions and life in general. This is further supported by overwhelming evidence of cost-benefit analysis, which indicates that for every shilling spent on mental health, 5 are gained in overall health and economic benefits. There is need to adopt an all-inclusive, multi-sectoral, multi-stakeholder approach that is critical in addressing the social determinants and strengthening the mental health systems, including legislation to anchor the fulfillment of human rights. The Ministry of Health is implementing universal health coverage as a key pillar of bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Mental health will be integral part for attainment of this agenda. As I've mentioned to you, we have already implemented this by supporting the counties to employ or to bring on board 100,000 CHPs, and I'm very happy that here the communities around have already understood the role of the CHP. That came out very clearly, that CHP play their significant role as a first point of call for those who have challenges, whether you're sick or mentally sick as well. So ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I want to reiterate my commitment to advancing the mental health agenda in Kenya, for there is no health without mental health. And I think that's the beginning of it. If we're able to address our mental health, then we have addressed all health conditions. A mental healthy country is a productive and prosperous country. I therefore call upon you, the Mwananchi, to play a leading role in taking responsibility for your own mental well-being and also mobilize each other to come forward for the assistance. And I'm very happy today that we've taken a walk. I'm sure we have touched many. Those who did not know, they now know. Father, let all be that person who our family, friends, neighbors, or workmates turn to when they need mental support. I want to say thank you all for coming, and you've made this day a memorable day, a day that we shall all remember. And I promised the CEO and the entire board of Mathare and our partners that this, as we've taken it always as an annual event, and we're very happy that it also coincides with our Huduma Celebration Day. This is what we shall be doing in the field of mental illness. Let's dedicate our resources and our energy in future to make sure that we are able to achieve this. The recommendations, I want to tell my brother Professor that the recommendations of the task force is with me, and we have now constituted a mental board that will be working on the implementation of those recommendations. So expect a lot of change in this space. The government is going to continue supporting it, providing additional resources so that we're able to achieve what's called a healthy nation, which will not leave behind our mental illness. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Chief Guest. Thank you, Madam County. Students who have completed this quality rights training, we humbly request that you commission them to be champions of mental health. Here they are, the training that you just referred to. And as the chief guest does that, I want to invite our administrator, Alice, to come for a vote of thanks.
Let's move closer. Spread, so that everybody is included. So, ladies and gentlemen, in front of you are dedicated staff, members who have been trained to support the mental health. And here, I can tell you that I've been given a tool that I've just talked about. And this is a certification confirming that under the WHO requirements, we have trained this health workforce to provide that support. And they have the toolkit now. When you talk of the toolkit, you might think it is a spanners, it's my what. The toolkit is this officer who has been trained on the mental health. They are well equipped, and I want to declare that they now continue supporting the mental health and dedicate their time to serve the mental patients. I therefore declare them to be the right people and the right skills to do that. Can you join me by clapping for them? So we want to have more of this. We want to muonyesha kwamba mko na certificates. Show the whole world that we have the certificates. That we have trained manpower that is able to cope with this challenge. Thank you, and God bless you.
Them say, them tell you say you can never be the one. But God say, make I tell you say.
Thank you. Our Principal Secretary, State Department of Medical Services, and is our chief guest today. Our Member of Parliament, Women Representative, Nairobi County, our Chair of Board, and our Board Directors. We have Board Directors here. Rachel, we have Lena, we have Charity, we have Bernard Caparo. I think it's important to mention them. We have a board that is very supportive of us. Then we have our partners here, AMREF, led by AMREF. Our invited guests, good afternoon. Let me start by thanking Almighty God for giving us a very, very successful day. And these are very fast, it has so many firsts in Mathare. For the first time, we have a PS coming to Mathare. We've had so many PS, this is the first PS who's come to Mathare. So we are very thankful, our chief guest, Mr. Harry Kimtai. This is the first time we are having that. And it's also the first time we are having a member of parliament come for our events. Thank you so much, Mama County. Thank you so much. She has not only supported us morally, but she's also financially supported these events. We are so grateful. God bless you and continue walking this journey with us. Thank you so much for coming and also gracing our events. We really appreciate. We have also our board of directors, the chair, led by the chair. We really want to thank you, Professor Atwoli. You've really supported us, our board of directors. You've worked overtime. I've seen board of directors work overtime to really support, what we are doing. So we are very grateful, and also for you coming and availing yourselves. We know you had other things to do, but you chose to be here. Thank you so much. We want also to thank our partners, starting with AMREF. We have so many partners with us, and we are very grateful. We have also not seen partners come out to support mental health. This is the first time we're also seeing so many partners come and support us. And maybe AMREF should tell us if they've ever supported mental health. This is the first time, and we hope now, going forward, will be part of your budgets. Because every time we ask, we are told, we don't do mental health. We are so grateful, like you've found time, and we are very grateful for your generosity and also your support. So part of our partners that we have today, of course, is Ministry of Health, led by our Principal Secretary, Mr. Harry Kimtai. We have Nairobi County, of course, led by Women Representative. We have KMTC Mathare, our sister, who we partner with all the time. We have Basic Needs, we have AMREF, we have Kenya Red Cross, we have HERAP, we have World Vision, we have Kenya National Human Rights Commission, we have UNHCR and affiliates, we have City Rise, we have Plan International with us, we have Mental Health Champions, we have our patients and the caregivers. Thank you so much for coming and being with us. We have our patients who have given their life, lived life experiences. We are so grateful. Ogola and Sheila, thank you for even agreeing to come and share your experiences with us and get people to know, mental health is not bad after all. You can be treated, you can live with it. We are grateful for finding time to come and be with us. I also want to thank the committee. We had an organizing committee from our staff. We want to thank you so much for working tirelessly to make this day a success. And for sure it has been a success. So thank you so much. And most importantly, I want to thank our staff who we've worked with, who are here, and some are in the wards also taking care of our patients. So we thank you so much. Your effort is never taken for granted. We are always appreciative. We appreciate the extra miles you go every other time. So thank you so much. We want also to appreciate all the invited guests. Feel appreciated. For those who we didn't know their names, feel appreciated. We are thankful you came and you were here with us. It wouldn't be an event if we didn't have you here. Otherwise we'll be talking to ourselves. So we appreciate everyone, and we want to say thank you, and we pray that you continue supporting Mathare in all ways. Even moral support matters a lot. We move forward now with a lot of confidence, knowing who is leading the troop, because our peers has promised us the president has our agenda at his heart. So we are grateful, and we hope We'll move this journey with everyone and we'll make mental health, a normal thing. We don't have to feel funny when we say, I'm going to Mathare. We even feel funny when at times you say, oh, I work in Mathare, and someone will look at you and wonder, are you okay? As times you order an Uber and you're saying Mathare Hospital, and they'll come and look at you first. So we want to remove all that. We are all normal people, and we've said it's a universal human right. It's also universal. It's not, to specific people. It is me and you, and every one of us is a potential candidate. That's what I'm always told by our psychiatrist here. So let's embrace care, let's be kind to each other, and move as a community and show love to everyone. Thank you all, and I want to also thank you, everyone, for your patience. This day started at 7. You are still here seated and listening. Thank you so much. May God bless all of us, and may we, work harder toward making mental health a better disease to just mention and talk about. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Alice. That lot of thanks. I want to say that we can't thank you more for joining us to celebrate this day. We are now reaching the end of our program. I want to invite Kayamba Africa to lead us in the national anthem. Thereafter, the chaplain to close with a word of prayer. We may stand for the national anthem.
Mungu nguvu yetu, ilete baraka kwetu, haki iwe ngao na mlinzi, na tukae na undugu, amani na uhuru, raha tupate na ustawi.
Let us pray. Almighty and everlasting God, we want to thank you for the way we have spent this day. We want to thank you for each one of us, everyone who has come in this place, God. We thank you for the information that we have gathered as we shared with each other. We want to thank you, Master, that all things that we have heard in this place will help us even to be messengers and ambassadors to the community in this nation. We ask that even as we come to the end of this session, this day, we pray, Father, that you may be a blessing to each one of us who is in this place, and even to others who have not been able to come. We thank you, and we pray, Father, that you give us the journey mercies as we go to our respective areas. Protect us from any form of accident. We ask this in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well done, see you.